So, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we have something for you. We just recorded. We're doing it backwards because I'm honest with you guys always. Um, we did say something at the end of the podcast, but we're going to slide this in the beginning of the podcast before we go in. It's going to look a little loopy and hectic. But listen, Evil Lone say, please let them know what's up.
So we were mentioning before, here at urbanwrestlingnetwork.com, we're giving away one free Bound for Glory 2020 pay-per-view to one lucky winner. All you have to do is go to the post on Twitter, Facebook, or IG. Make sure you hit the follow. Make sure you retweet. And make sure you like for a chance to win one free Bound for Glory 2020 pay-per-view that's coming up this Saturday, courtesy of us here at urbanwrestlingnetwork.com. Not just Crooked Smile, but us as a collective, as the Dark Order.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's like I said, it's
I
going
would
to
say
look.
subscribe to the
Yeah,
YouTube
that's
channel.
what I wanted to do
It's feeling generous.
was subscribe, follow, like, share. I'm a greedy dude. I'm not even gonna lie to you, and I'm petty. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm a petty dude. Like I almost said the N word. I would have had, you know what I'm saying? But I just listen. When I tell you the truth. I'm like Abraham Lincoln, baby. I don't tell a lie. We're out of here. Actually, we're not out of here. Enjoy the show. What's really hood, ladies and gentlemen? It's a Talking New York Chef. I'm here with the homies. And you know what? Because Evil Don't Say wanted to come at me one time of saying, hey, you know, you didn't let me get off. So pause. So gentlemen, I know who you are, but please introduce yourself because Evil Don't Say felt a certain way on the last time he was on here.
Floor is yours.
Well, this is the Central Puerto Rican Muffin Jorge, aka Evil Once, with my homie Evil Orbit. You know, right now we are mourning because my Astros, lost Game 7 against the Rays. Good job by the Rays. So right now, I should be dressing in black, but I'm depressed right now. So I got nothing, bro. I got nothing.
Well, I'll wear the black for you since I'm in a black polo and a black hat. I wear the black for you. Obviously, I'm mourning because my Jaguars are 1-5, and we're talking about benching Minshew or Mike Glennon instead of getting rid of the head coach. But this is not what this podcast is about. We're here to have some fun.
I was just about to say we're a wrestling podcast, and this went straight hardcore sports.
Hey. It's been a rough week in sports for me and Evil Unse.
Listen, before we do our Impact style show, what we're doing this time, since everybody wants to talk about mourning, I guess I have to throw in my Bills losing 2 in a row. Just to throw it out there. So we have right now our teams are having a losing culture for the certain ones we talked about. So hopefully all our teams get it together except for his Astros because they're eliminated. So we're gonna jump. Listen, he's really excited to show his Astros ball. If you're mourning, maybe you should just chill out with all the Astros stuff. So gentlemen, before we go into that, how was your weekend? Let's try to change this. How was your weekend, fellas? All right, we don't want to know about your weekend. How about yours? All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Impact Show. We're going to be talking about L.A.X. I tried to change the vibe. Listen, and I'm not going to read off their stats. I have them here. I actually asked Crooked Smile to get me the information, and we're going to do an all L.A.X. show. And I think that at this point, Impact needs they need that group. They need that faction. I think L.A.X. could be that group. Through the history, you've had some big names in there, legacy names. They've had great runs. So I'm going to start off and I'm going to let Crooked Smile go through the titles they've had. Evil Once, I hope you're prepared to talk about some of the legendary names that have been in LAX. So please, Crooked Smile, let them know their title runs before we even go into this.
Oof, well, I'm gonna have to real quick look on the chat because between Hernandez and Homicide. They have a long record sheet with what they got. They have multiple NWA titles. They won the TNA World titles. They won multiple titles together. Like I know Hernandez on a solo went Feast or Fired, did not cash it in successfully. He actually cashed it in on a fatal 4-way and made it a fatal 5-way. And I believe that's the night AJ Styles won the world title again. Hernandez cashed in his Feast or Fired after Suicide successfully defeated Chris Sabin with the X Division title. Alex Shelley missed into Suicide's eyes. Motor City Machine Guns beat down on Suicide. Homicide, the man he is, came in, stole the opportunity. Well, I shouldn't say stole the opportunity.
Borrowed.
He seized the opportunity and definitely, definitely got the reward for it and became the X Division champion. So kudos to him. Definitely well played out on his end. But then we have Santana and Ortiz. They won the GFW titles one time, and they won the TNA. Well, I can't even say TNA. They won the Impact World Championship tag titles 4 times in their short run in Impact Wrestling.
Now we've also had Low Key was X Division champ, and this is what I'm talking about. And you know what's cool about the flag he's about to show is that flag, and I'm trying to pull it off of Bodega. That flag he had there, multiple times. You've seen L.A.X. hold his flag. He's got pictures with L.A.X. They know Evil Once real well. He does have the interview with Ortiz that I'm going to have somebody try to illegally pull it off of his YouTube, which technically it's not illegal because we do mess with them. But we're going to illegally pull it off. We're going to try to put it into our intro and everything else. And that has been seen all over Impact Wrestling. Listen, I love L.A.X. I know you're a big fan of L.A.X. Evil Once is a big fan of L.A.X. And, I mean, this man, we all know that everything about Evil Once is super Boricua. You know what I mean? Like, he bleeds that. It is what, it's him. That's what he does. Evil Once. But when you got names like Thea Trinidad, I think it was Hector Guerrero was involved in it early, right? I think Hector Guerrero was part of it.
He is part of the LAX Spanish commentary that they had back in the TNA days, yeah.
The Mexicans, they were so like American Mexi or Mexi-Ricans or something like that.
Yeah, I knew they were called something else, but I was just going to call them the LAX commentary.
Yeah, because it kind of all translated together. You had Santana, Ortiz, Kingston, Low Key, Homicide, Hernandez. We said Thea Trinidad. What's the beautiful young Spanish girl?
Shelly Martinez.
No, wasn't there a different one? There was.
Well, Shelly Martinez the first time. Then later on, they had 2 girls, Rosita and Sarita.
There you go. And I know one of them was Zelina Vega, Thea Trinidad. Yeah. So now we recently interviewed Danny Limelight.
Okay. I'll take you throughout Diamante out there.
Oh, I forgot Diamante. You know what it was? You know what it was with Diamante? We seen her come in, wreck havoc. They obviously took out the Decay. They took out the Decay. She looked super awesome. She got into. I don't remember if she got hurt in Impact Show or outside of it, but
Impact Show.
Yeah, she did a move. She got hurt, and you never really seen her come back from it. Like, we knew she got healthy and things like that, but she never came back. So I think that short stint, she definitely is 1,000% part of LAX. But it was such a short run. I forgot, and my fault. Yeah. Diamante, you listen to this. We're all super fans of you. We wish you nothing but the best. I hope I see you on AEW or, and kill it. That's what I want. I want to see her keep killing it.
Like, they got her on Dark right now, but she definitely deserves, with her talent as well as she moves around in that ring, she definitely deserves to be on the Dynamite show and not just the Dark.
No, I agree with you, especially how weak I think their women's division is. Mm-hmm. Someone like her, someone like Ivelisse, keep bringing those girls in where you make things fresh. So we have a huge part of that list. Conan also.
Yep.
Impact Wrestling, like I said, I think right now we have Bound for Glory coming up. I know they're not going to transition real quick to an L.A.X, but I do think that L.A.X is one of the most prestigious groups in Impact Wrestling history. So, like, I think you need it back. And even if they're afraid to pull the trigger and call it L.A.X again, and this is where I was going with this, on the independent scene or what's that? UWN Prime, I think it's called, something like that. Primetime Live.
Yeah, Primetime Live, baby.
That Primetime Live. You got Fat Boy Papa Wesco. You got Danny Limelight. There's another guy they messed with. He's another Puerto Rican from New York. Like there's a lot of Hispanic guys on the indie scene, and I love their name that they could transition them into Impact if they wanted to go away from LAX. Like I said, if they're afraid of saying, "Damn, we don't have." Homicide right now, which I think, listen, we don't see Homicide on NWA. We don't even see NWA. So if you made the call, hey, listen, we could do the same role, kind of you bring them out and, bring back LAX. Or if you want, you could use their own stable, which is the Bodega, which is a Hispanic thing anyway. I think Impact would benefit, it's a multi-cultures and everything else. Gentlemen, what is your thought on Impact Wrestling trying to bring back LAX or possibly the Bodega guys? Crickets? Waka waka.
Should I go first? I mean, crickets.
You get a shotgun.
I'll go first. I think it'd be great. It's definitely a culture you should go after. It's not even not even just a culture in itself. Multiple cultures per se got involved with this faction. This faction pretty much, gave you the street life. It gave you, what it's really like and everything else like that. Like if you were going to be thugged out, guess what? LAX is going to be the ones to thug you out. And it gave you the outside look like, hey, you know what? The street life can come into the wrestling life and still, look bad as a mother, you know what I mean? And it looked great, and I loved how Hernandez and Homicide definitely worked the roles. Santana Ortiz were somewhat in it, per se. Well, I can't really say somewhat because they did the whole match where there was no canvas and everything else like that. So they definitely went balls to the wall on what they've done. But if you can't get Homicide to come back, because since you already have Hernandez there, who else, if we do bring back LAX, how will you form LAX with another person, per se, and make it strong again, rather than revamping it again, because you've already seen it once or twice. So how do we revamp this or redo it and make it as strong as it was before, or even close to as strong as it was before?
Eva Lonce, before you answer that, I wanted to say something to Crooked because it dawned in my head. Do you remember when LAX first came out? And me and you were both in the Impact Zone when it happened. Remember the next day? Well, no, it was the next taping because they came on the last day of that taping set. Remember how many Hispanic people actually came into the Impact Zone with flags?
Oh, yeah. It was
LAX came, and then all of a sudden, Orlando, the Latin area of Orlando, came to embrace. Yeah, I mean, you got dudes looking like straight up hustlers out there, gold chains and everything in that front row. They love that product, and it's with wrestling. I think if you can hit all the boxes, it's a great line of business, and I don't think people understand how important that is. And I was trying to say, and I know he remembers. We've seen a whole different demographic come into the Impact Zone. Oh, yeah. Listen, not one fight, not one person acting out of control. They just came in and they enjoyed wrestling, exactly. And I didn't see that the entire time I was in the Impact Zone until LAX came back. But listen, I think it's dope. Now, please, my fault for jumping into that. I just wanted to ask, say what I said. But I thought his question was dope, and I think you'd be the perfect person to answer it. How would they revamp that?
Right now, I don't see it being revamped in Impact Wrestling with guys. They could probably touch it with females. We still haven't seen a female faction out there, except for Ivalice and Diamante, and both of them are in AEW right now, which they're together. You know, right now you have Tasha Steeles, who is mixed. She's African American and Puerto Rican, but her whole gimmick is Puerto Rican. You could bring back a Diamante and or Ibeliz, put them together with Tasha Steeles. Then you bring a Conan back. He'd be the mouthpiece for the group. Right now with how the empowerment of females, the female faction will be the best bet because then you bring females into the show. You bring thuggish females. Right now is the perfect time to tap into that. The only group that you see now that are Latinos is the Bodega. Pop Esco and Danny Limelight from where they are at the United Wrestling Network. And they just got together, they just put that there now, and they're just about to tap into that. So we still haven't seen what's going to happen, once this whole COVID-19, wears off and we start seeing some fans in there. Because right now, man, that's what's missing is the fans right now. And the fans are the ones who's going to dictate how things are going to go. But right now, I mean, there's not that many Latino wrestlers, that anybody could bring. And especially, you need that name. Like you said, you already have Hernandez there. You bring back Homicide. You bring some young guys like they did with L.A.X. Because when they came out from the back, Ortiz and Santana, nobody knew who those guys were. So that was a chance for Impact Wrestling at that time to take a shot and put some youngsters with the veterans. There's a lot of youngsters out there who are still wrestling and getting into the door right now. If they want to take that shot, it's open. But I would love to see a female faction, though.
No, I think
that.
I think that's dope. I think it's dope, and they're the perfect three, attitude wise, style wise, because they fight very aggressive. They're not just like kind of like those dollhouse thing where they come out real pretty. And all three of them, Tasha Steeles, Ivelisse, Diamante, all beautiful women. I'm not saying nothing like they're not, but when they come out, like even if you're a dude, if any of those three girls are walking up to you, yo, we thugging it out. Like I'm fighting you like a man. You know what I mean? Like, but if you would have had Jade or Marty Bell and Taryn Terrell, like it'd be like, nah, these are females. Like I don't want to get slapped. These other girls, they look like they're ready to throw punches. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when you said no one knew who Santana and Ortiz was, let me shout out my man Queens. Los is a big wrestling fan, and Santana Ortiz come up. He hits me up immediately, like, yo, you seen those House of Glory guys, Santana and Ortiz? And I'm still like, no. And he was like, I read in the spoilers that Santana and Ortiz popped up into. I still don't know they're Santana Ortiz because remember, when you're in the Impact Zone, there is no audio. You know what I mean? You're just getting the wrestling. So they were just two young Spanish guys that walked out and were thugging out. And I'm like, oh yeah, they're okay. House of Glory. He's like, yeah, what's our projects right across the street over here, blah blah. And I'm like, oh, all right, that's what's up. So he was the one person that actually schooled me on Santana and Ortiz because I had no idea. I was like, all right, just two young Hispanic dudes thugging and bugging.
And then you have the three ladies, and then you put a mouthpiece like Thunder Rosa, or even what was that one girl who was the mouthpiece with the group they were trying to do in the NWA?
Who?
She used to be the girlfriend with John Morrison back in the days.
Melina?
Melina. Yeah, Melina.
She's a veteran, Mexican. She could be the perfect mouthpiece for a crew like that comes out. You have, like I said, Thunder Rosa, Tasha Steeles, Ivelisse. You have Diamante, and there's Gabi Ortiz from Philly. There's who else is out there? I mean,
listen, you know what? Now that you say Gabby, Now that you say Gabby Ortiz, I'm kind of aggravated with you because I keep telling you to try to holler at Gabby Ortiz for an interview, and that's your people's. Yo, dude, you got to get Gabby Ortiz. We got to bring her home.
We were talking about because she's into Baby Yoda big time. So this girl has like the collection of every little size of Baby Yodas that has come out. She goes and get. So she was showing me pictures. She has like 15 of these damn things, man. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Crooked Smile. What better way to try to get an interview than knowing somebody's Baby Yoda collection?
I know, man. I always forget about that, man. I gotta ask her though. I'll ask her.
Tell you buy her a Baby Yoda. Maybe she'll
But listen, I love that idea. I think all those names, and especially the NWA with Melina. We don't know. I know that they keep saying NWA is coming back, and right now it's technically not even NWA. It's that Primetime Live. It's its own thing. You do see them defending belts. I will say that, but it is very limited to what NWA was doing. You're seeing a lot more of the Primetime Live guys than you are seeing NWA, and I'm pretty sure it's. And I'm not trying to throw anything under the bus, but I'm pretty sure everything is paid by appearance. It's probably a PBA. And at this point, even if NWA came back, Impact is above NWA. No matter how you look at it, Impact is definitely above NWA. And I think that Melina would be the perfect person in Evil Once's complete direction of what they would go. Because at that point, you don't even need Conan. You could just have her come out and start talking match, whatever.
You're gonna go with a female version. You want to have a female mouthpiece. You don't want to have a male mouthpiece. In respect to Conan, he did his thing with L.A.X, but you need a female mouthpiece to lead a female group.
And I'm not gonna lie.
And I know they're still doing their thing because they just had episode 5 when I was watching. They had James Storm came back, Chris Masters came back. So they're slowly sprinkling NWA guys in there, but not a whole show. Like the Power Hour or whatever. How it used to be.
It's a little my fault, Crooked. Remember what you're gonna say. I just want to say something about Storm real quick. Storm posted a picture today that he was training Ronda Rousey on his Instagram. So I don't know where he is right now or what he's doing, but I do know that he was training Ronda Rousey. I think the guy was a UFC guy that wanted to get into wrestling. So I don't know if he has a school or anything, but I know he's training with them. And he had like a list of like 6 more people that he said, young superstars coming up. So I don't know what the direction for James Storm is. I still want to see James Storm one more run in Impact. I'm just being extremely greedy and biased because for such a legend, and I mean, yeah, he's my big homie. I love James Storm. But like the way he left and was written off was not the way you treat a legend of James Storm who was part of this company. So I definitely have sour grapes. So I wish he comes back. My fault, Crooked. What do you got, baby?
No, I was just going off with what Evil Unse was saying, like having a female mouthpiece. Because if you put Conan in with the 3 females, does it devalue that faction? Like I honestly, Conan can speak, but it's like, why can't these females speak for themselves per se? And it feels like it would kind of devalue it in my look, because if you have 4 females and let's say Melina is the lead group and she's telling you like, oh, we're about to beat wow and everything else like this, and coming off strong with it, that just puts you up here with the rest of them. Like I would be afraid to, like, if I was like a Motor City Machine Guns or if I was like the North or whatever, and Diamante and Elise came out and they're talking like, I'll be like, nah, I'm not about this.
And
because they're gonna back it up. They're gonna beat your ass.
And that's the one thing that I like about that group that you guys have kind of put together, and I hope it happens because, damn, I wish I might have to do a female graphic just to throw on an extra thing. With UC Tasha Steele's fight, she kind of reminds me of like a low key. Obviously, she's a girl, so she's not super tall, but she fights stronger than her body size. Like when she wrestles, you're like, damn, like she looks like she's a super weight, like a super heavyweight. Elise, we've seen her in Underground, who has fought guys and looked great. The storytelling was really good. Diamante is another one that you've seen her, when we seen her going against Decay, she's doing it against dudes, you know what I mean? Like, so
Right.
all these girls you've seen dominate, and Melina, I think Melina's got that sexy but super classy, and she knows how to talk ish. Like, she's like the perfect veteran for the group. So I think this is super dope. I'm gonna have to really do some work because when we get off of here, I gotta finish what I'm doing in the kitchen. I'm not gonna put a play on words. I was thinking about it for VO5. The guy who wants a VO5 sponsorship. But yeah, yeah, like
But I don't know if you told the fans though, but I heard that the heel monster, he got into a hair in the cell match. Where you take your opponent's hair, you have to tie it to the cage. That's the match that he's supposed to be having coming this week. So, I mean, I don't know. Hopefully, when they raise the cage, his hair is not stuck in there. Because then it's
dude,
come off the
a new match type, hair in the cell match.
hair in the cell match.
Legendary.
But just to say what Danny Lamlight has said, and when he said, like, no disrespect to the Mexicans who paved the way for us to come in, but it's always been Mexican wrestlers. Now you've seen the Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Cubans coming out. And there's so many Mexican females who are still in Mexico who you probably will never see here in the States. So that's why it's good to get all those Latina females, Dominicans like Marty Bell. You got you have the two chicks from Brazil, Ty Conti and
Christy James.
Oh my God, my homegirl, she's gonna kill me now.
Christy James or something like that.
Christy James, she's gonna kill me because she's gonna kill me about that. I forgot her name. But you got two Brazilian females, and as a matter of fact, Christy James is supposed to wrestle tonight at the United Wrestling Network against that little shorty from Mexico, Alice, red hair.
It's something black, right? It's something black.
No, she's a Latina.
Like Alice something black. I thought black was the last name.
Yeah, Amanda Alice or something like that. But she's supposed to wrestle Christy James tonight there in the show. So that's another Latina female who's out there. You have a bunch of Latina, Mexicans, and Puerto Ricans down in Houston for Booker T's wrestling company that but they're like stuck there. You never see them get out of that, from Houston area. But somebody's got to open the floodgates and let these ladies come out, and have them be featured at least match.
Well, that's what you was saying with Danny Limelight, that he said Santana and Ortiz, they kind of opened the door for all the Puerto Ricans.
Yeah, exactly. You got Carissa, it's another Puerto Rican girl, and I saw her in Philly when I went last year for the Philly tapings, and I got to see her and Tasha Steele in the ring at the same time, and I was like shook. I'm like, oh my God, Puerto Rican females, two of them. You kind of feel pride, and you feel you see a Latino person in the ring, but especially a Latina female. And then when they're Puerto Rican, oh, dude, like that, the pride just takes over your whole body because you're like, oh my God, we finally have one here in the company, and I feel proud when I see Tasha Steele wrestling right now for Impact Wrestling. She's getting the chance that she deserves.
Yeah, and it's funny because somebody reached, like, they hit up the DM and they were like, damn, Chef, like, you're all about your Hispanic wrestlers. And I find that kind of crazy because, yeah, I definitely love my L.A.X. group, but, like, most of my favorite wrestlers of all times have been white guys. You know what I mean? Like the $1 Million Man, I grew up as a kid. He was, like, my favorite wrestler. You know what I mean? Like, and then, obviously, you got Bram, James Storm. It's not even, like, people don't understand the difference of, like, I'm Puerto Rican German. You know what I mean? Like, my dad grew up in Spanish Harlem. My mom's from the South Bronx, so he's a white, blonde hair, blue eyed dude who thinks, he speaks better Spanish than any Spanish person I know. You know what I mean? So I grew up with that. So, like, that Hispanic culture, when I see it, I'm super prideful of it. You know what I mean? But if a German dude jumps in there and does something, I'm prideful for that guy too. Or if somebody from New York, like, you know, I live in Florida now. If some Florida dude is doing it, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, where you're from or whatever culture, you tend to feel more prideful. But that don't mean like you can't be a fan of somebody else. I don't care what color you are, what race you are. I love Rohit Raju. You know what I mean? Technically, he's from like India or something. Homie's from Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if he was from India, I'll mess with you too. You know what I mean? Like, if you cool, you cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
and
called.
you know I love Sunny Kiss.
Oh, so, you know, and it's funny that we're doing the LAX thing, and we'll jump back into it. We always got to go a little off tilt. So a few guys I know were trashing Sunny Kiss. I didn't know nothing about Sunny Kiss, and I'm like, oh, I don't know nothing about Sunny Kiss.
Okay, well, anyways.
Yeah. And literally, it was they were going at Sunny Kiss for being gay, and I don't care if you're gay. I got plenty of gay friends that it's what it is. Those are my peoples.
Yeah.
But that's all I knew. And then Evil Once is like, yo, have you seen Sunny Kiss? And I'm like, man, why does Sunny Kiss's name keep coming up? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm like, nah, I don't know nothing about Sunny Kiss. So he starts sending me like matches of Sunny Kiss. And I'm like, oh, snap. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow. And then me and Evil Once, we do a show together. And he's like, yo, the only issue with Sunny Kiss is Sunny Kiss always, and I know it's character stuff. Listen, we're all adult men here. I know it's gimmicky stuff, but like if Sunny Kiss didn't do the extra flamboyant stuff towards the end of the matches, Sunny Kiss would be getting a whole lot of wins. And I understand it's written this way. You know what I mean? Like we get this. But if you're talking just natural ability, I'll put Sunny Kiss against anybody.
Oh, Sunny Kiss has natural given talent. Like I will go to bat for that man. He's a great talent. He deserves to be where he's at. You know, it's kind of disgraceful about him because of his sexual preference. It's kind of it's bullcrap.
But just to show I'm a fanboy. Here's the arm sleeve from Ortiz when the last match they had in New York for Bound for Glory. when they fought the OGs in that one match, with the ring, there was just no ring. Remember that match? Bound for Glory. Sir. This is his armband that he gave me after the match.
Crooked, don't lose your thought.
And the handband for Ortiz or Santana after the match when they came up to me and gave me their stuff on the last match there.
You know what? Since Evil Once wants to show all his Puerto Rico stuff, I'm gonna show you the shirt that I was wearing. Now, when I do these shows, I only wear my brand. But the shirt, hold up. The shirt that I was wearing today is what? Hey, y'all don't got this. Y'all don't got that.
But you don't understand. This was given to me by them, by the wrestlers. You can still smell the swearing Ortiz.
Oh, that's spicy. That is mad spicy. Don't pull a Hannibal. Don't pull a Hannibal. Crooked, he comes on here with some spicy stuff.
That right there shows you they remember who the fans are that support them.
Oh yeah.
So go ahead, Crooked Mouth. What you gotta say, brother?
I was just saying, like, I just find it kind of disgraceful how people, go at Sunny Kiss because of his sexual preferences and stuff like that. Like, wrestling shouldn't matter about what your sexual preference is outside of the ring and everything else like that. The guy has great ability in the ring. He shows it on AEW Dark all the time. Him and Joey Janela. I'm not a fan of Joey Janela, really, as a wrestler. Outside the ring, he's a great guy. But inside the ring, I'm not a fan of his, but they work so well as a tag team. But Sunny Kiss, if you gave him the proper push, could steamroll. Either, it'd be pretty cool, though. Honestly, I feel if they put Sunny Kiss in the women's division on AEW, I think that'd be something pretty different and it'd be actually pretty cool to see.
Yeah, but then you would have people say that he could only shine if he goes against women. Because you
True,
know,
but
right now you have it's so I think it's called cancel culture or cancel network. I don't know. It's some cancel something. All
yeah,
they do
cancel.
is just yeah. All they
Yeah.
do is sit back. They look at stuff and then they just go ham. You know what I mean? Like, and it's a shame that it's now. It's been in wrestling for a little while, but
Well, if I could just interject for 1 second about what you were saying, Anna J, member of the Dark Order, she was at the gym, and she tweeted out she had a bandana, the face mask on, and she says, "I'm glad that I could wear the mask because when I hear the songs that I like, I could say whatever I want to say."
oh, okay, okay.
Right there, cancel culture dude went ham on that tweet. She had to delete the tweet and then retype this saying, meaning, people going off on the wrong things by just making shit up. And she had to say, literally, I'm saying that I can sing, so I could just sing whatever my voice, I could sing the words, mess up, and then they will know who did it. That's what she was trying to, tweet. And if I would have read that, not one time would I thought about that she was gonna be saying the N words or anything like that from any song. But that's how cancel culture works. They're just sitting there like a bunch of buzzards, just waiting for you to make one typo and or say something wrong. The minute
Exactly.
you send, they're on you, and in 2 seconds you delete it. Somebody already,
They already got
took
the
a
screenshot
Shot.
picture
and
of the
Yeah.
frame, and now you don't. And
and
I'm kind of sorry for Anna J. She's only 22 years old. She, what the hell? She didn't say anything wrong, but they made it out to see like that, boy, and she got slammed.
Yo, even Lonce, that would be like people would bug out, and I'm not saying that any of these wrestlers talk any kind of crazy, right? But like, what do you think would happen if, just say, one of these cancel culture people were in a car and they were in Brooklyn or Yonkers or the Bronx or Harlem, where Kingston, Low Key, Santana, and Ortiz are from, and they're having a normal conversation with one of their peoples who talks like me. I dial my conversation back because I'm in my home and I can't say how I would normally talk on here because people would act crazy. But if I'm out with my people, I'm gonna sound like any hip hop anything, and you're gonna tell me that I'm saying something wrong in my community. Like, you're not allowed to even be in here. So how could you ever tell me I can't say something when you're not allowed to step in here? That's my beef with the whole cancel culture thing. Like, you would never show your face here. So then how are you going to try to say you can't say something when you're not allowed here? You don't got to pass here. If you came in here, homie, I take your sneakers, your socks, and your wallet.
Hey, but the funny thing is, my BFF is black, and he's like 15 years younger than me, and I've worked with this dude for 10 years. Me and him are like this, and he's black. Dude, when me and him get together outside of work, you have to put captions and little beep, because, and then we get prejudiced towards races because we're going at each other and everybody else's culture. But that's just me and him. When
Yeah.
we are at work, it's a whole different level. In front of people, it's a whole different tone. Man, between just me and him, oh, forget about it, bro. It's everybody gets it. Everybody gets it. Young, old, white, black, male, female, kids. We don't care, especially me. I don't. Everybody gets it from me. You know this already. I'm prejudiced. I'm not racist, but I'm prejudiced, and I will
Listen,
tell you when one America is messing up.
I think we, I think that
Your
the
face.
younger, listen, I know that Crooked Smile and Hannibal Wolf finally got the Evil Once treatment at one point or another. And it was like, and I'm trying to tell them, listen, you guys haven't seen how me and him talk to each other when we do whatever we do. And it's like the big brother thing. You talk, you have fun, you joke around. It is what it is.
I'll tell you this right now, like for the fans, I'll tell you this right now, like Evil Unsa has gotten so under my skin at times. we have a group chat, right? He's gotten under my skin so hard. I left the group chat, went dead silent for like hours because I was like so pissed off. I was like, I'm done. Like I don't want to speak to this mother effer anymore. I'm done. See, I'm trying to avoid those gunshots.
You almost got one.
I almost did, but no, and you know, like Jeff will come back and be like, "Yo, you know, that's how he talks. It's just all out of brotherly love." And it's just like looking back on him, like, all right, yeah. He's like, just all you gotta do is just come back at him, you know, and it's all out of love. And like, but when we first started talking, like we were in the chat, done. I was not dealing with
it. Oh my God! So listen, we came. What's up?
Hey, you know, that's me, brother. You come back at me, expect even more if you come back. But if you're gonna run and hide and you don't say anything, boy, I want to come even harder. I want tears. I want to see tears coming out of your face.
Listen, we've talked about everything LAX. If you had to pick, obviously we've talked about the females, which I'm so on board. I gotta start finding PNGs for all these ladies because I'm sold on it. Like I was sitting there and I was like, all right, we're gonna do a male podcast, blah blah blah. The female thing came out, the names came out, and I was like, oh snap, maybe we should have saved this again. But and you never know if the female one does come out, we definitely gonna talk about it. But if you had to pick 3 guys, or just say 2, if you had to pick 2, I'm not gonna answer because I think that I have the same similar answer with Evalonce. If you had to pick 2 guys, who would you have to bring back to start your L.A.X thing, and then we'll get out of here after this?
Like so brand new,
huh?
Like start a brand new.
No. Like he'll pick 2, and then you'll pick 2, and just like a rebirth of the L.A.X thing. Because obviously it's not going to be Santana and Ortiz. They're in AEW.
Well, right now, because they are already out and they're just starting to come out, and it'll be Danny Limelights and Papo Esco, which is the Bodega. That's right now who are the 2 guys, because like I said, they're just starting out with that crew at the United Wrestling Network. So that's the 2 guys that I will start. They're both young. Especially Danny Limelight. That dude is, you know, super middleweight. You know, it reminds me of Santana Ortiz, man. Maybe instead of going the power route, you go with the speed now as a group. You get those young, fast guys that are high flyers. And I know not everybody loves the high flying stuff in wrestling. Yes, that's what I said. That's what you said.
I do not.
I was put that way. But you know, you always see the power guys. It's always power and speed. What if you just have just nothing but a speed, like 2 Motor City machine guns, but as Puerto Rico, doing those type of moves over and over and just, you know, knocking you out, doing the double tag team moves. You know, that'll be something right there to see, man. You know, like that kid from House of Glory, Amazing Red, and you put them together with Danny Limelight. So, shoot, man.
Oh, you're taking everybody from Crooked now.
I'm just saying, it just came into my head. But those 2 guys as a fast tag team, yo, man, that's going to be a lot of flying double team maneuvers coming out of the blue, man. Go on, Craig. Who you got?
I don't even know, man. Like, there's not many people.
Oh, man, the token white guy don't know the Hispanics.
No, but the guys I would want to come do the LAX, if anything, if they did it again, they're already in AEW. Like, I would want to see Kingston and Low Key start up LAX again, because those are 2 straight to the point dudes right there. Like, I would say something slick, you're gonna get your mouth popped.
I would like that because both of them are good talking smack. You know what I mean? Like, but unfortunately, you have Kingston, who is popping right now. He's got the championship match, I think, against Moxley at Full Gear, right? I think that's what it is.
Yes,
Full Gear, yeah. Yeah, and then you have Low Key, who's always in that top echelon in MLW with Hammerstone and don't remember the other guy, but doesn't matter. Oh, Fatu.
Yeah,
Oh man.
Jacob Fatu.
Oh, that dude is a
Jacob.
beast. Yeah, he's a beast. So you have him in that group. I mean, this is my beef with Impact is I wish they could keep some of their guys. You know what I mean? Like, because if they built L.A.X. to me, if they were able to keep L.A.X. and keep it the way it was going, L.A.X. would have had the first the first version of Bullet Club. You know what I mean? Like, it would have been NWO, and then it could have been real quick. You know, Impact had the third biggest faction because depending on who you like, NWO or the Four Horsemen, who are, you know, iconic.
Yeah.
Impact would have their version, so you'd have WCW. Actually, WWE wouldn't even have any of them because you would have NWO and Four Horsemen were WCW, and then Impact would have had LAX.
Only
LAX
fact WWE would really even have is D-Generation X.
That's it. And to be honest with you, I like DX. I do. I thought DX was fun. I've never been a Shawn Michaels guy. I'm a huge China person. God bless the dead. I love China. I think she was just revolutionary. Triple H, and I'm not a fan, but what I will say is Triple H to me is one of the best wrestlers I've seen because every match you see him in, he can make bums look good and good guys look great. He's just that kind of ring guy. And then X-Pac is a goofy guy. You know, X-Pac was a little out there. Road Dogg and Billy Gunn was special. I thought those guys were awesome. But Homicide, I would take Homicide. I would take Low Key. I would take Kingston. Definitely take Santana Ortiz. If you look at that name list, and they would have kept those guys over the years, and then you had the women who were the women tag team champions too. Oh my God, forget about it. The lineage of LAX alone is insane. Like I think right now, I don't think Impact showcases them enough. And I know that they do little spurts of certain guys that are in other companies that you see, like they'll throw like an AJ Styles package or Kurt Angle or something. Stick to the guys that you have now. And I know that pretty much no one LAX is there, but stick to the talent you have now and keep showcasing them instead of saying, well, look, because the Young Bucks have a big match on AEW, let's throw a Young Bucks thing out there. No. How about you stick with the North? How about you stick with your stuff? Promote your guys. You know what I mean? Like, show your young guys. And I keep saying this. All these talents that are there, they have to do more of these things on social media and say, I need my Bound for Glory moment. Me and Eva Lone have been doing this for a while. We had podcasts on BFG. We've said this. We need the guys to say, I really want my Bound for Glory moment. I want my Slammiversary moment. Guys aren't saying that. And I think that if Anthem is smart, you got to deal with long-term contracts. I know that both of you guys have said enough is enough with these short contracts because they bubble. Another company is going to throw mad bread at them. You know what I mean? Like, and then you lose the talent.
But you know, to piggyback on what you said about I love the Motor City Machine Guns. I love those dudes, but there is no way in hell they were able to be the North. The North is in a different at that time when they lost to the MCM. The North was like up here, like dude, like those guys are like well-oiled machine. Those two guys. And for Motor City Machine Guns to come in and beat them like they did, I was not happy about that, even though I am a Motor City Machine Gun guy. There was no way in hell that should have been the North.
See, I'm going to sound...
time, bro. I mean, at that time...
I'm going to sound completely stupid because I do not like the Motor City Machine Guns, never liked the Motor City Machine Guns. That's just me. But... once again, it's the booking problem I have with Impact, and I'm not one of the fans that like everything I see. And I would say the same thing if James Storm and Bram came back as DCC and knocked off the North. I would have said the exact same thing, even though those are my peoples. The North run rumshot through the entire division for a whole year, and then you just made the old guys come in, beat them, and now what does that do for every other tag team? It devalued everybody because nobody could do it, but these guys come in and knock them off like that. To me, that was my issue with the creative on that. I want guys to take their impactness, and you know, you do have Moose, which I know both of you guys are not a fan of, but I understand that, but Moose and I know you guys love Impact. Moose is the guy. I get it. I get it. Moose is the guy that he wants to be Mr. Impact. Like he's got it on his name. He's trying to carry the company. If you had more guys, dude, why you got to do that? I'm trying to say something positive for Impact, and you're just like, oh, why are we talking about Moose? I just want more guys to say, hey, look, this is special to me. I need my Bound for Glory moment. You know, you need the Chris Bays, you need the Rohits, you need all the younger guys to say, I need this. And then, you know, younger talents. And we've said this, you know, I've had him on shows where I was on other things before. And I said, this is where his generation and the ones underneath Crook's generation here. Oh, snap, EC3, the hottest guy. He wants his Bound for Glory moment. Oh, snap, Moose, or you know, whoever they look up to. I need that. I want that because they want that. If you do that, then all of a sudden, Bound for Glory becomes super special outside of Impact fans like Mania Weekend is.
Bro, Crooked Smiles knows that I am not a Moose fan, and he knows that. We're both
Wait. These two, listen, if you're a first-time listener, welcome. Let me say this now. Welcome. How you doing? So these two guys were in the Impact Zone. We're all chilling together. Every time poor Moose came out, these guys are booing him. I'm sitting like on the side trying to cheer Moose on. Moose is looking at me like, you know, I'm not even going to pay attention because you got these two guys over here booing me. There was none of this going on, none of that. These two guys were just crapping on Moose, and I mean, it is what it is. My fault.
Well, I was gonna say, you know, I'm not a fan of Moose, but I respect the man 1,000% for what he messed with Tessa Blanchard, you know, that kind of stuff that was going on. And then, you know, no heavyweight belt that was being defended because he was down in Mexico somewhere. But the dude, you know, carried the company for a while, and he pulled the company on his back, and he is Impact Wrestling. I mean, you can't say anything else bad about Moose.
Oh, so are you good, Crooked?
One in one ear, out the other is all that was.
But you can't take away that he actually carried the company.
When
the Tessa Blanchard and COVID.
Okay.
All right. So he'll never, ever, and the chef means ever,
never
give him any credit. But gentlemen, please plug your social media so we can get up out of here.
Not yet. Tell the fans what we're doing.
You should have did this in the beginning. I forgot. So hold on. Before we do that, www.urbannetwork.com. Evilonte, tell them what's up.
Well, actually, www.urbanwrestlingnetwork.com.
Isn't that what I said?
No, you forgot the wrestling part. You said urban. I forgot the hood. You say urbannetwork.com. You forgot urbanwrestlingnetwork.com. But anyways, what we did is here at the urbanwrestlingnetwork.com, we are giving away one free Bound for Glory 2020 pay-per-view to one lucky winner. All you have to do is, we already put the topic out there on Twitter. It's going to go on Facebook. It's going to go out on IG. All you have to do is hit the like, retweet to enter, to have a chance to win one free Bound for Glory 2020 pay-per-view, courtesy of us here at urbanwrestlingnetwork.com.
It's because of Evil Unse. Thank Evil Unse.
That's us here at urbanwrestlingnetwork.com.
I ain't taking credit. Evil Unse. It was all his idea.
Listen,
because us as a collective.
Listen, what I want to say is differently. Evil Unse is nice. I was going to say you have to like this, share this, and follow. But he's being a nice guy. I get what he's doing. We all agree. So make sure you get this out there and do what you got to do. Don't be birds. All right. We got enough of them that flock around. One of them is not on the show right now, But
Because
gentlemen, please.
He's training, brother.
he's out doing the air right now, man. You know, I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'm gonna tell you one last thing about the heel monster. We got me, we got Chef, and then we got him. Between the three of us and him, we're the difference of what it looks to go to a barber.
There you
Go
go.
to a
There you go. There you go. Look snazzy out here. I mean,
I haven't got my haircut done yet, so that's why the hat's on.
listen. Go
Well,
ahead,
guys,
talk.
this is the difference between guys who go to the barber to guys that go to a hairstylist. He goes to a hairstylist. We go to barbers. Barbers. That's the difference between the heel monster and the rest of us. Barbers, hairstylists.
We go to the barbers. He goes to the salon.
Exactly. We go to the bar. We go to the bartender. He goes to the mixologist to get his drink. That should tell you a lot about the heel monster and us. But on that note, this is Evil Once, our good friend Evil Orbit. Don't forget to follow us on www.urbanwrestlingnetwork.com. Don't forget to follow, retweet a chance for you to win a Bound for Glory 2020 pay-per-view on us. All of us Crooked Smiles. All of us.
You got
My
three.
bad. Shotguns.
Crooked, let them know your social media, and then I'll finish up.
Go on, Crooked.
You can follow me on Instagram at crookedsmile_HT6. More content is coming on the way. Been a little slow on it, but it is coming starting Saturday. Yeah, Saturday is going to be the day it comes out. I have a show on Friday. There will be film on there Saturday. Maybe Friday night. Never know.
Listen, if he drops some video, I've only been asking for like 3 years for him to do that. I'm gonna get excited. You know what I mean? Like I keep telling him, you know what? I don't even want to argue. Listen, I did say I had to address something. People who have been watching, they've asked me what's up with the graffiti logo after the shotgun things. There's a guy that meant a lot to me. I was a young kid. I grew up a fan of him. Louis Rankin, name was Ox from the movie Belly. I reached out to him. We have a mutual somebody, and I asked him if he could wear one of my things. He wore one of my things. He passed away a few months after. So I wrote the name of his with the guns because that's Ox. He's a gangster, and that's why I put that logo up with the shotguns, just in memory of, and it's a playful way for me to always pay tribute for the big homie. On that, I'm not gonna plug nothing else. You guys don't get nothing. But Nathan's, but penetration. You know what? They almost got me spitting some Biggie out here. Ladies and gentlemen, we're out of here. Deuces.